Let's go,
Mr.
Welcome.
President, sir.
Dun, 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 dun. Get up, suckers. It's time to go. Welcome, everybody, to the golden age of the United States of America. And we are officially changing our names to the United Nerds of America. That's the new podcast name. So, or Talking Nerds of America. Either one works. But welcome, everybody. We live in a new age now, and could mean some good things for entertainment too. We will see. We got some stuff to talk about today. But before we do, what have you been up to, Buffalo Bick?
Besides anxiously awaiting January 20th,
Yes.
I was worried that he wouldn't make it, but he made it.
Well, a lot of things got aligned to make it as safe as possible. So
Right. Yeah, the whole weather thing, sure, it was cold, but it was probably more of a security thing. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
to be fair, I always wondered that, or I was thinking about that. I'm like, I wonder how cold people, because they always do it in January, and I'm sure this isn't the first year it's been too cold to be outside anyways. So
yeah,
what do they just, you're sitting out there for a long time.
right.
So I wonder how that, I just never thought about that, I guess. But yeah.
I don't know. But we made it. We're here.
Yeah.
In regards to nerdum.
Cheers, Mr. President.
Yes. It's weird. I'm not the one drinking.
Yes.
I watched a few movies since the last time.
I think I just swallowed a fly. Oh gosh.
That's all right. The alcohol will kill anything, so you're fine.
Oh man.
We went and saw Wicked in theaters, which it wasn't bad. There was.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was. I don't think I was on the last week, so I don't think I mentioned anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some woke stuff in it for sure. Some gay stuff. I think there was a trans guy.
Is this the gayest movie of the year?
I don't know about that, but so I don't know. It was probably not. And to be fair, the lead actress, as annoying and horrible as a person she may be in real life, she's actually a very good singer and very good actress.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm excited just because I really enjoyed the actual production on fake Broadway, Broadway in Chicago.
Right.
So
it was pretty good. It was a long time ago, though.
Yeah, it was. But so I watched that. Finally got around to watching Alien Romulus.
Oh gosh. All right, let's hear your thoughts. Let's go through it.
My overall thoughts are it was just boring. Like I didn't have too many qualms with it. It really, to me, it felt like, okay,
get away from her, you bitch.
Yeah, right. It felt like the Gen Z version of Alien.
Exactly what it was. Yeah. That Nerdrotic described it as Gen Z's in space. That's what the movie was.
Yeah. So I get that. It was boring. I didn't have too many qualms overall until the very end. I was just like, what the frick is this thing?
I almost laughed out loud when I saw it. I was like, what? You took one of the worst actual alien movies plot lines, and made it worse somehow. Oh
like,
gosh.
Okay. I guess we're getting like a Prometheus alien with a weird tongue thing. You know?
Yeah, it's hard to
he
say.
was making out with what's her name at the end there when he was killing her.
Oh yeah. It's hard to say if that or the bringing back that abominable Ian Holmes look-alike was worse. They were both horrid to watch. That was bad. That was some of the worst CGI. I mean, at least in modern day. Like, that's unacceptably bad.
I mean, it would have been worse if his character was an actual human. I think the fact that he was a robot or whatever
synth. A synth.
synth, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, like, you could argue that, okay, his face is just, like, messed up from whatever, but, yeah, it looked bad.
It looked really bad when he was talking, and it's not like they just used him in one scene. He was like a main character. He kept coming back.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I knew as soon as I saw him, I was like, okay, they're gonna make him a bad guy because his character before was a bad guy.
Also, don't you love that they had to bring back, like, they can't do anything original. They had to bring back the original alien from the first one is the alien that caused all the havoc on that. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Well, I mean, yes, they could have been more original. I guess it kind of does match the alien theme of anytime you think that you've destroyed the alien, it somehow comes back or an alien comes back. So I guess it kind of fits that theme a little bit. But
yeah, but they created new lore essentially to it, especially with like all the face huggers.
Yeah, they retcons. Oh my gosh, the one thing
changed.
that I was like, "What the heck? That's never been a thing before," was the face huggers, like, being sensitive to sound and body heat. I was like,
"Oh my gosh.
That's a pretty big thing." You'd think that they would have talked about that before.
Right, and so well, there's that, but then they don't even stick to it because they're, like, whispering so loud on the phone, it's just, like, I think they would have heard you.
And also, if they had turned the temperature up to, what, 98 degrees or whatever, they probably would have started sweating a little bit, and then they according to their logic, the facehuggers would have seen their sweat.
Right, yeah.
I see your sweat.
Not to mention the girl who called the brother there was the most pointless character in the entire movie.
Yeah.
Her entire plot line was just to get pregnant with the abomination at the end.
Yeah.
And that face hugger popped out so fast from the bald Asian chick, you know? Holy crap, that was fast. When did that? Why?
Talk about the weird after it popped out of her chest and then went into its little cocoon thing.
Yeah, what is all this lore that they're creating?
It was a pretty weird looking cocoon.
Oh, well, we know what we know what that was all about. Yeah, and he just stared at it and like, he could have run away. Yeah, but they had to stare at the giant organic thingy. Flesh thing.
Yeah. One thing that I thought, okay, like, it's an okay, that's I like that detail, is they made the technology look older, almost like the first movie.
Well, they nailed the aesthetic of Alien, but that's it. Like, they're like, all right, we know what Alien looks like, and we know what happens in all the Alien movies, so let's just make a movie that does that.
Right.
So yeah. Oh gosh, I hated that movie.
So yeah, not their best movie in the franchise.
No.
But I don't know if
let's mention the British guy who, like, you can't understand what he's saying the whole time. It's like,
which guy was that?
The guy who you couldn't understand the entire. There's in the water. There's in the water.
The guy that got his face smacked at the end, the boyfriend guy.
No, not the boyfriend. Well, maybe he was okay, maybe he was a boyfriend.
Maybe, or unofficially.
I don't remember, honestly, but
yeah.
You wouldn't have known that the main chick and the other guy were a couple either. They didn't really make that clear.
That's what I was talking about. That main guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, that's one of those, like, they put her in the synth, like they do the whole like head against head thing now in movies instead of like kissing or hugging. They have to do the head versus head and you close your eyes thing, you know. You notice that? That's in everything.
Are you saying that they were trying to make them a couple?
No,
Oh, okay.
but like they could have.
I
I
guess
don't
so.
know.
Yeah. I didn't
It
think
didn't
they
know
would
what
go
it
that
wanted to
far,
do with that, but
who knows though.
yeah, it was strange.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so I watched that. I might have mentioned, I don't remember if I mentioned that I watched Quiet Place Day 1. That
Oh
was
yeah.
again, it was all right. Well, yeah, okay. Definitely better than Alien Romulus when it comes to thriller suspense movies, for sure.
Just a movie in
I
general.
think that I like the other ones better, but it's just because maybe I like the plot line better. I didn't really have a problem with anything in Quiet Place Day 1.
Yeah, I like the other ones better. I liked the themes more in that movie than the actual plot of it.
Yeah.
I really liked the ideas that they had of, just first of all, being in Manhattan on day one of that is crazy. And just the whole journey of like, well, I guess we're gonna die, so let's go get some pizza.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was just kind of fun,
Yeah.
But
My only issue was the cat. I think there's no way that you could have, one, kept that cat alive the
train
entire
that cat
time,
quiet to
or
be
that
quiet.
cat would have been that quiet. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Other than that,
But
I mean, that was,
it's a service cat. It might. Who
I
knows?
guess so. But to me, a service cat is more like a comfort than a service.
Really well trained. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was on edge the entire time the cat was gonna die though.
I know.
Please don't kill the cat.
I did not think that cat would survive.
No.
Spoiler, but
the cat lives. You can watch it.
Yeah. And then I started watching Transformers 1, but I have not.
Nice.
I've only gotten like 20 minutes in.
I liked it a lot. I know a lot of there's Transformers, like hardcore Transformers fans that didn't enjoy it, but I'm not really a hardcore fan of Transformers, so I enjoyed it for what it was. But
yeah. Is that Chris Hemsworth that voices Optimus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth is Optimus. Key from Key and Peele. I always forget his actual name. He's Megatron.
Okay.
And
so you just
or no. Confirmed. He's Bumblebee. Sorry, he's Bumblebee.
Okay.
He voices Bumblebee.
Gotcha.
Oh shoot! Did I just spoil it for you?
Oops. I already guessed it before, so I mean, they basically gave it away.
Yeah,
because his
I forgot. Yeah, what is his name?
It's Mega something. Or is it? No, it's not that. But he gave him the Megatronus sticker or something.
Right, the Megatronus Prime one. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I was like, oh, okay.
His story. He's definitely the weakest character in that movie. Him and Bumblebee. Bumblebee is just dumb, but he doesn't. He's just like he goes from 1 to 100 in no time at all. Like he becomes evil real quick. So yeah, keep watching. Optimus, I think, is the only great character, and the ending is a little rushed, but I really liked the ending a lot.
Okay,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you should definitely finish that one. That one's good.
Yeah, I'm on a free trial of Paramount, so I'm trying to watch it quick.
I'm on Paramount all the time right now. You can use mine. Yeah. Just use mine because I have it. I have the Pro one now because I've been watching Star Trek while I do my Warhammer minis.
Okay.
And I was sick of ads, so I was like, whatever. I'll get the year subscription. Hopefully, I'll finish all the Star Trek before the next year, and I won't renew.
Yeah. There's really not that much on there.
It's literally just Star Trek. That's it.
Yeah.
There's some movies. I think Landman might be on there actually, or if it's either that or Peacock, something like that. But I've heard that's really good. So,
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's my last week or two.
Nice. So, let's see. What have I been up to? I've been streaming. I streamed Bloodborne, and I'm debating whether I want to keep streaming because I got nobody watching. So, but I don't know. I'm trying to work on my YouTube video and hopefully get some viewership on my channel, which should then hopefully help with the gaming stuff. But I figured if I'm gonna play the games, might as well stream them just for fun. But I got pretty far. It took me a while, but I'm proud of myself because I've been trying hard not to summon help at all during these boss fights. I'm trying not to look anything up. I'm just trying to explicitly play the game as it was meant to be played, and just wherever the game takes me, I will, do my best to do. So I beat the first 2 bosses, and it did take me a while. Thing about, so like, obviously, you're not familiar with Souls games, but there's basically the main mechanics are you collect souls or XP from enemies that you kill, and then you can use that XP to level up, or it's kind of your currency in the game. You can use it to level up different attributes, so you have like a whole bunch of different attributes, like vitality or vigor, which is like your health, your mana, which is like your magic. Basically, it's like you can use that for skills and stuff. Stamina, which helps you run and move faster without like slowing down.
Sure.
Strength is obvious one. There's all sorts of different things. It's different for every Souls game, but essentially it's always the same type of setup. You get souls or XP and you use that to level up or upgrade your weapons, blah 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 blah. In Bloodborne, so a key thing too is whenever you die in a Souls game, you lose your souls, and they remain wherever where you died. So you have to go get them, and if you die again before you get them, you lose them forever.
Okay.
So that's a key. Normally they're just on the ground. In Bloodborne, they can be on the ground, but sometimes they're in the enemy that killed you. So you have to go find the enemy that killed you, and their eyes are glowing, and then you kill the enemy and you get your echoes. They're called blood echoes in this game. Like, okay, this makes it much harder.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that's the big key distinction here. Another thing is in the Dark Souls games, there's a thing called Estus, which is basically like your it's like what's the word I'm like, rejuvenates your health. Basically, it adds back to your health what you lost. So in any of the Souls games, it's called something different in everyone, but you have these Estus or flasks, and you level up and you basically get more of those, and eventually you have a ton of them. In Bloodborne, they're called blood vials. And a key thing is when you always have your full amount of flasks or Estus when you die and return,
Okay.
But of course you can run out. You have a limited number. So let's say you have 5 Estus flasks or whatever they're called. You use all 5 of them up before you die. You have no more until you die, and then you come back and then you have them all replenished. Replenished is the word I was looking for.
Okay.
So in Bloodborne, you don't do that. You have these things called blood vials, which do the same thing, but they're one-time use. So you stock up on a bunch of them, but you don't get them again once you die. So you you can get them throughout the world, like enemies you kill, drop them, or you can find them and loot them, whatever. But it makes it really hard when you're fighting a boss and he whoops your butt, and then you got to go farm a bunch of enemies to restock your blood vials.
Right. Kind of kills your momentum.
Right, because then you can't just go right back into the boss fight, because then you have 0 blood vials and then you can't heal.
Yeah.
So heals, that's the word. I'm so stupid sometimes. Heals, that's the word. Yeah. So that sucks. Also, your parrying device in this is not a shield or sword or anything. It's a gun. It's a pistol or a rifle. So you shoot them to parry them. But those have a finite amount of bullets. Works the same exact way. So if you run out of bullets, you can't parry anymore. So you got to pick up bullets too. So you got to farm blood vials and bullets. So it's like, I got to the second boss, which is pretty tough. I got him down to like literally a centimeter of health, and I had nothing left, and he killed me. So I had to go spend like 10 minutes farming up to all my blood vials and bullets again. Fought him again. Same thing happened again. And then I had to go farm again. I'm like, this is so annoying. Like, oh, it's frustrating.
And you have a limit or a max in how many vials you can?
You can't. You can only stock up 20. At least right now. I don't know if it changes throughout the game, but right now I can only get 20 bullets and 20 blood vials.
Gotcha. So you're going to your max, and you're still just
pretty much. Yeah. Yes, because he keeps hitting me. I'm like, I keep stabbing myself. I don't get any hits at. But it's worth it to parry him because you can stun him and then you stab him and get the stun. I don't even know what it's called, but basically that takes a huge chunk of their health away. So you want to parry it right. So I was like really trying to time it right, and so I kept getting hit because I wasn't attacking him. But the thing in Souls game is you can't be greedy, meaning you can't just go in and start trying to slash him as much as you can because they're going to punish you and then they're going to kill you, you know? Right. So you got to be really strategic in the way you do it. And it's all about timing and patience with it. So anyways, so that's a lot different from other Souls games. And it makes it really tough to do a boss because it takes you a lot longer. You can't just keep trying it over and over again because you got to spend time farming before to get the blood vials and such.
Can you still roll?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you roll all the same mechanics essentially. Yeah, there's none of the Elden Ring is the only Souls game that has like a designated jump button, so you can jump at any point. In any of the other games, you have to be running and then double tap either like the analog stick or the roll button, and then you can kind of jump a little bit and then you go into a roll. It's like a jump and then roll, but it's not really a designated jump.
Got it.
But yeah, every game has a roll. That's like one of the key things about Souls games is rolling. So rolling and dodging. So yeah, it's a tough game, but it's very rewarding when you finally kill the boss, and you know, enemies like regular enemies hit hard too. So, but it's fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's really cool. Like, kind of Lovecraftian in a way, but not really. It's like Renaissance type. So pistol, flintlocks, and the weapons are. I don't know what all the weapons will be in the game. I haven't gotten that far, but so far the main weapon is a saw cleaver. So it's like a handle, and then it curves around the other side, and it's like a saw. It's pretty cool, and it extends full length. And it hits harder, but you're slower than swinging it.
Like Chainsaw Man.
Kind of. It's a little different. Here, you know what? I'll pull up a picture. Saw cleaver.
Are the bosses like demons or aliens, or what are they?
So the first boss was like this, basically kind of like a demon tree. I guess it was like a tree thing, giant tree called a cleric beast. The second one, so the main thing in Bloodborne is there's the world. It's kind of like a zombie apocalypse in a way where people basically turn into beasts. Like they kind of slowly turn into these beasts and they go rabid and crazy and they're not human anymore. And then there's these people called hunters that hunt the beasts. And so there's these knights called the hunt, and basically everybody stays indoors and the hunters go out and hunt the beasts. And you as the main character are kind of like an outsider coming in, and people are like, you're not from here, are you? This is the hunt. And then everybody's trying to kill you, basically. Hunters, beasts, everybody's trying to kill you essentially. I don't really know much about the story, but so yeah, this is the saw cleaver.
Oh, okay.
That's the main weapon.
Interesting.
And then I found a saw spear, which was a slightly better weapon. It scales better with certain attributes, so I started using this one instead.
Okay.
And then these extend out full length like this, so they swing on the hinge.
Nice.
So,
okay.
Pretty cool. Yeah, that's kind of what you look like. You have this hunter armor. So Bloodborne. Hunter. That's kind of what you look like from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That's what you look like. So it's pretty cool looking. I built my character to be Dracula kind of, so he's got a really pointy nose and red eyes and such. He looks pretty derpy, honestly, but
Nice.
it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty fun. But anyways, so yeah, I've been playing that. We played Space Marine 2 last week, which is a really fun game. I love that game. It's really fun.
Nice.
I think you would like it a lot too. It's
That's
a hack and
PC.
slash. No, you can play it on anything.
You can play it on. Okay.
But it's a hack and slash, so you're just hacking down enemies, and you got all the cool weapons of Warhammer, chainsaw, sword,
Gotcha.
awesome bolt pistols, and like your armor is cool. It's so cool. It's great.
Gotcha. And is that like a multiplayer team game or?
Yeah. So if you're playing single player, you play the main character, Titus, Lieutenant Titus, and you have 2 squad members, Sergeant Gadriel, and Chiron. I forget his rank. And then if you play co-op, then the people joining your world play either Gadriel or Chiron, or you can have 3 players and you can, they take those 2 spots.
Okay.
So the owner of the world is Titus, and then whoever is joining co-op is either Gadriel or Chiron.
Got it.
But yeah, so it's pretty seamless in terms of playing multiplayer. But if you if Tyler joins my world and we play for a long time and then we join his world, we're back to where he was originally with his save. So it's not like it's gonna, progress the same, with both characters or both worlds. So
yeah,
which makes sense. But
yeah,
so
then you have to sync them somehow. But
yeah, you either have to just commit to one world or you have to do everything twice if you want to progress both characters or both players.
Worlds.
So yeah. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's just it's not even, it's hard. We're playing on normal mode, but it's not really difficult, but you just get kind of overwhelmed with how much swarming there is from the Tyranids and such, the aliens.
Yeah.
But it's just you feel awesome just being a Space Marine. It's really cool.
Gotcha.
So very cool. Graphics are great. Looks really great. And it's just Warhammer. It's just good old fashioned Warhammer. There's no woke crap in it. It's just good. So
we like that.
We love that. Yeah, and then I also have been playing Baldur's Gate 3 with my Monday night friends. So yeah, that's been difficult. It's a hard game for me, at least. I don't really like turn-based, but I also it's a big MMO, or not MMO, a big RPG where you basically, there's a lot to customize as far as your character goes. So there's a lot they have to think about when you're creating your character or leveling up, all that stuff. I've already changed classes, I was a rogue, but now I'm a barbarian, rogue was hard. I like being a rogue generally, but in games, but in this one, it's a lot more strategy because it's turn-based. So you have to kind of think of your strategy before the enemy attacks, because it could really screw you up, because rogues especially rely on stealth and kind of catching the enemy off guard. And if they see you, it's like, well, I'm kind of powerless here. I can't really do much damage, So I was like, screw it. I'm doing barbarian, which is just straight up off an open strength build. I'm just gonna freaking kill you with my giant sword, and you can go into rage mode, which basically intensifies all your damage and everything. But yeah, it's a tough game because there's a lot to think about, but it's fun in multiplayer because you have support, in terms of killing an enemy. But turn-based is interesting. I like it. It's just not my normal cup of tea. So
sounds interesting. I don't know. It almost sounds like a board game, but like a video game.
It's Dungeons and Dragons essentially.
Okay.
Is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So same exact type of world. In fact,
Gotcha.
Baldur's Gate is a thing in Dungeons and Dragons. I'm pretty sure. So
Okay.
yeah, because they actually mention it. Yeah, they mention it in the D&D movie. They mentioned Baldur's Gate. So
okay. Yeah.
but yeah, so play those 3 games, and then Flash wants to play Borderlands 3. So that's another one. You should get that game so we can all play together.
Yeah, that I'll add that to the list.
It's not like we're gonna play that often because you know how often he's available. So
that's true.
It would be a Tuesday night if anything. So we would just stream it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're playing a lot of games, watching Star Trek while I build minis, and that's really it. I haven't been watching a ton of movies. Haven't been watching anime. I've been working on YouTube stuff, trying to get some video clips out for Talking Nerds, so we'll have some video content.
Yeah.
So that I actually have a video ready to go out tomorrow. So basically, the plan will be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Video clips will be going out on the channel. So
okay,
you can expect that. But I've been trying to get better at thumbnails. So hopefully everybody likes the thumbnails. If you haven't checked it out, go to our channel and look at the live stream thumbnails. I think they're fun. But give me some feedback if they're too over the top or whatever. But yeah, that's really it. YouTube, Warhammer, and gaming. That's my life right now. Besides wedding planning and all sorts of other stuff. So random things. But yeah, so we didn't really talk. We kind of touched on the beginning, but Donald Trump is officially the president of the United States. Inaugurated yesterday. So we're super excited about that. And hopefully with that, some things are going to be happening within the world of entertainment as well. Hopefully woke is gone. Probably unlikely. It's still going to be around, obviously, but it's going to be different. So we'll touch on an article here in a bit that kind of might change some things up in the land of Hollywood. But do want to mention quickly, it's tragic, everything happening in LA with the fires. A lot of people are, there's a lot of lives have been lost. A lot of homes been burned down. Personally, I think you shouldn't have built a house on some of those places. But you know what? It's still a disaster nonetheless, and our heart goes out to those people. But man, those fire department are. Have you been hearing about some of that stuff? The fire chief who said basically, first, I'm only going to say people who look like me, which is concerning. And second, she said, well, I've heard complaints of, me being a woman or a lesbian or whatever, not being able to lift a man. He's like, well, your husband shouldn't have been there in the first place. It's like,
that is so unprofessional. You're literally the chief of fire police.
Yeah, and you know how much these people are making so much money too. It's crazy. But yeah, you should not be anywhere near emergency. None of that. Can you imagine if the firefighters of 9/11 in Manhattan said, "Oh, well, those people shouldn't have been in the towers."
Yeah. Or, those people didn't look like me. That's
right.
Very racist.
I'm not going to save go screw yourself.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. Even if she was on top of things, apparently the fire trucks ran out of battery.
Ran out of water.
And they ran out of battery. And they had to be charged for like 10 hours or something like that. It's like,
and who predicted all of this? President Trump. Pretty crazy, preventable. It's really sad because of how, not only because people died, but how preventable it was.
Yeah.
And I almost wish if anything would burn, it would be the Hollywood sign, because how amazing would that be to watch Hollywood burn? But it didn't. Those were all AI pictures.
Yeah.
But anyways, just wanted to mention that. Hopefully, we're going to be talking about this guy in a bit, but Mel Gibson did say, you know, it's really sad. I lost a lot of things that I really liked, a lot of things that are irreplaceable. I can't imagine what things Mel Gibson owns that are pretty cool things, but
Probably a lot of Patriot props.
yeah, who knows? But he's like, I think God did it for a reason, and I'm trying to figure out what that is, but like I'm trusting God in that. And super cool, super duper cool. So we're talking about him in a bit. Before we get to that, some more Batman news. I feel like this is a little Battinson what's the word I'm
segment.
looking for? Segment. We always have a Battinson update here. So because this is a developing story, there's constantly things coming out about this, but Matt Reeves gives an update on the Batman 2. Robert Pattinson not likely to enter the DCU. Really didn't see that one coming. I gotta also.
All right. There it is.
There it is. There we go. Pattinson not entering the DCU. So, constant delays of the Batman sequel left a lot of us thinking we won't see the film until Robert Pattinson is old enough to play Frank Miller's Dark Knight, which is true. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. It's, yeah. I mean, the whole point of him being cast was to be a young Batman. So that's being less and less possible. This is also a matter of the script, but despite highly publicized concerns, director Matt Reeves tries to allay them in a new update. He promises that Batman 2 is on schedule. Doesn't really matter what he says. That doesn't confirm. Excuse me, that doesn't confirm a single thing. But I can tell you that we're going to be shooting this year, and we're very excited about it. Excuse me, I can't really tell you anything about it except that we're really excited.
I hate when people say stuff like, "Oh, it's on schedule." It's like, on schedule to what date? You delayed it like a bunch of times.
Right. It's not on schedule, actually. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, you could, and I also wonder if this is a case of like, I'm just saying this just to get some feelers out there. We're shooting this year, right? Maybe not.
I don't know. You guys tell me. What are we doing?
Yeah, we're continuing the story. He reiterates his excitement a bunch. I'm really excited to be making it, to get our cast back together, to get new people involved. I'm really excited. Really excited about it. Apparently, they're really excited about it. Reeves also teases the story is something that I hope people are going to be really excited. No, just kidding. Surprised by.
Surprise! There is no movie.
There isn't. That won't be a surprise. Briefly, he hints events in his personal life might be responsible. Not sure about that. And the actor, Penguin actor Colin Farrell gave him a shoulder to lean on. He's a genius. We did talk about this previously that, it'd be weird for Penguin season 2 to come out before the Batman 2. But in reality, I suppose he could be in Penguin season 2 before a Batman 2 comes out. And that's
true.
Anything. He could have a couple cameos. He could even be like a stunt double for some of it, and then you actually get to see Pattinson maybe in one episode or something. I'd be okay with that, honestly, because again, at the end of the day, it still is a Penguin show. But as long as Batman is present, I think it's fine. It can be done well.
And you just have to find a way to write the script so that Penguin's not too much on his radar, because if he is, then it's like, okay, you'd expect to see Batman a lot more.
Right. Yep. So yeah, there's a lot going on stuff in my life. He's been such a good friend, such a beautiful man. Later, Hollywood people in Hollywood are so weird. Later, when approached by the Hollywood Reporter, he confirmed the script's issues because we're still finishing the script and there have been so many things going on. The next year is about to be getting into production and getting the movie going. Again, noting his excitement. Wow.
There's that excitement.
There's the E word again. That should put to rest any doubts. It doesn't, but Okay. About Reeves okay, sorry. Yes. I spoke too soon. It should put any doubts about Reeves' enthusiasm for the project. In case there anyone that noticed. But there's still a mystery to address. Will Bruce Wayne be in that DCU? Could he possibly join as the one true Dark Knight? Speaking with Josh Horowitz of Happy, Sad, Confused, Reeves indicated he was open to the idea, but has no clue what the future holds. It really comes down to whether or not it makes sense. It's just fluff. It's all fluff. It's so silly. I just want an update. Just be straight with us.
Yeah, one way or another.
What the future brings, I can't really tell you. I have no idea what to expect.
No idea myself.
But my head is down now by getting Batman 2 shooting to make it something special, which is, of course, the most important thing. All right, on the other side of the fence is Andy Muschietti lying in wait with The Brave and the Bold, which is the DCU Batman movie. Having his planned assignment on hold, the Argentine Flash director. Oh, that's right. Ooh. Director is it's funny that movie like didn't make my worst movies of 2023, but it's it's just kind of in the middle there. It just kind of it sucks, but it's not like the worst thing coming out. But that was rough. That was a rough movie. It's keeping the two Batman projects in separate camps to keep one interfering with the other. In an interview in Spanish, it's quite obvious that Matt Reeves' Batman is not part of this new universe. This means the next Batman movie will take some time before it sees the light of day. Releasing two Batman films simultaneously would be counterproductive. Well, that's kind of an answer right there, actually.
Yeah.
What DC is doing is creating strategy to ensure these two films don't conflict with each other. I think they're just trying to buy time for Superman. They're going to see how well Superman does, and if that's the case, this is being canned, because why would they have... It is counterproductive. It's your studio. Yeah. It's the same exact studio. You can't have two Batmans competing with each other.
Yeah, unless you try to spin it as like a multiverse, but we all know.
But we're also sick of multiverses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how it's going to work. They are definitely going to conflict with each other no matter what you do. I can't imagine how you wouldn't conflict them.
Yeah.
Other than a multiverse. That is the only explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Or you just keep it on TV only. That could work too. That'd be HBO versus DC.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that too, honestly.
I mean, if they're good movies, more Batman the better, but...
Right. I mean, think about that, actually. Like, think of it from the normie perspective. If they were both films and you're going to see them, you're going to be super duper confused on what you're like, who you're seeing and why they look different. Like, extremely confusing. And then that might deter you from actually wanting to see any more of the movies. So if you keep it just on television, then, you know, if they choose to watch it, they'll watch it at home, you know, and, you know, then they'll go see the movies, and they might still be confused, but it'll be a little more distinctive in terms of what's happening. So,
right.
I think that's one of the only ways you can go. And I'd be okay with that. The Batman 2 went from October 2026 to October 2027, and The Brave and the Bold is still too early to call. So we'll see. But there's your weekly Battinson update. Moving on to Star Wars.
Oh boy.
James Mangold, which I can't remember. It sounds super familiar, but I'm having a hard time remembering who that actually is. Movies.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, Violent Dysentery. He did direct Logan, which is really great.
And Ford v Ferrari was
pretty good. Ford v Ferrari is really good. Walk the Line's really... Actually, he does have a lot of good movies here.
Yeah.
Night and Day, The Wolverine. I've heard good things about A Complete Unknown.
It's like, thank you for all the great, not you to Indiana Jones movies.
Oliver and Company. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got some rep here. But of course, there's always stories of great directors or writers falling because of woke identity politics. Take for example, the Doctor Who dude. What is his name? I'm so bad with names. I really
forget.
am terrible.
I don't know.
Doctor Who director. Director recently. What is his name?
Do you mean with the newer stuff?
Russell T Davies. Russell T Davies. Yeah. Right. So Russell T Davies worked on Doctor Who previously, and really well respected. Everybody loves his stuff. He comes back now with the new Doctor Who and is just full on full on woke movement. Really wants to push. He's like basically telling fans to screw off. It's like I'm gonna make what I want to make, and I'm making this for the LGBTQ community, and you don't matter anymore. That was his message. He said that right out, and that's what we got. At least I didn't watch that crap.
It's a great way to alienate your own fans.
Oh, I mean, Doctor Who. Nerdraddick always talks about Doctor Who being the most damaged and destroyed IP of all time. Because of that, and because of rewriting the entire origin of the Doctor and making him a little black girl, like all sorts of different stuff. The children of time or whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna watch that crap. I don't wanna, and I'm not I love Doctor Who, but I'm not that big of a Doctor Who fan to watch all the recent crap.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to continue loving Doctor Who. I don't want to taint that. But yeah, so anyways, maybe this is another Russell T Davies. We'll see. Star Wars movie is set 25,000 years before Phantom Menace, so that it's not handcuffed by lore. Love to hear that.
Yikes.
And then you can't please anybody.
Sorry, first off, sorry that lore is just so burdensome. And yeah.
Well, the irony of this though is that it actually there is lore for this. Because what he's doing, I believe, is the what is it called? The origins of the Force, basically, or the beginnings of the Jedi, which there is books on that in the extended universe. So there is lore actually for it. So you are actually destroying lore. That's the thing about Star Wars is you can't really avoid, like, you shouldn't avoid lore in general, but you cannot avoid lore in Star Wars. Every single possible thing you can think of in Star Wars has been written already, in terms of the timeline. So it's unavoidable. It's unavoidable. So you're just crapping on it just because. James Mangold, who just picked up a Directors Guild of America nomination for A Complete Unknown, which I do actually want to go see. Not that I really love Bob Dylan, but recently told MovieWeb that his upcoming Star Wars movie is deliberately set thousands of years before any other movie in the long-running franchise so that he doesn't have to deal with the canon and thus can avoid angering fans. His Star Wars movie is officially announced. I love Star Wars movie. It's another untitled Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Oh my! Add it to the list.
In 3 months, we'll hear closing time.
We'll hear nothing. Actually, it'll just remain untitled. It is okay. To be fair, though, I guess in terms of Disney canon, maybe there isn't anything written about it. But in terms of actual real canon, which we would consider canon, the extended universe, which they like to call Legends, Star Wars Legends, is actually canon. So I guess he's technically right, but it's not really right. Star Wars movies would be taking place 25,000 years before any known Star Wars movies takes place. Well, okay, sure.
Okay.
Movies, yes, okay. It's an area and a playground that I've always wanted to explore and that I was inspired by as a teenager.
That's because for these people, lore is the movies. So they're like, oh yeah, it doesn't conflict with the lore. It's like,
right. And not that I'm not going to admit that I know everything about Star Wars, the books,
right.
But like I respect them.
Yeah.
And if I want to learn about them, I'm going to go look up the wiki and read on it,
Yeah.
Or actually, I have read a few extended universe books. They're really good. There's just so many of them. But yeah, you can't just, pretend something doesn't exist just because you haven't consumed it. I'm not that interested in being handcuffed by so much lore at this point that it's almost immovable and you can't please anybody.
He shouldn't talk about the Acolyte director like that. It's just mean.
Yeah. It's just uncalled for at this point. She's lost enough. Mangold told IO9 last year, shortly after his involvement in a Star Wars movie was revealed, that his project would center on the origins of the Force and how it was understood, wielded, and harnessed. Again, already been written about. There's comic books, there's books, there's probably fan films on it. There's a lot. How was in games, not to mention too. Understood, wielded, and harnessed with a vibe similar to biblical epics such as the Ten Commandments. I've never seen the Ten Commandments. I've heard it's good. I've never seen it.
I thought you've watched it before. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times, I feel like.
I've never seen it. But I definitely should. He said then that he was not interested in holding so much lore in there that you can hardly tell a story. What?
Wow. That's
unbelievable.
That's where you get the stories.
Yeah,
they're literally written out for you.
It's written for you. Just take it and make it into a script. That is oh my gosh, these people are retarded. Lucasfilm has not provided any updates on Mangold's Star Wars movie outside of his involvement behind the camera, while Mangold is an Oscar contender this year for his Bob Dylan movie. He is no stranger to the major Hollywood franchises as directed by Wolverine, Logan, and Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny. Wow. Some big hitters right there.
Yeah. Hits in
Mangold,
the box office.
Yeah. Mangold spoke to Variety. So he's a franchise killer. Okay, so we know what to expect. Yeah. Mangold spoke to Variety.
Not that it's not dead already, but
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Mangold spoke to Variety in 2023 ahead of the release of Indiana Jones fake movie. Not an actual Indiana Jones movie adventure, and said bluntly that he was not interested in crafting any spin-offs from the movie because the amount of lore and Easter eggs and fan service starts to become antithetical to any of this stuff at a certain point. It isn't storytelling, it's a large-scale advertising. But it doesn't have to be, because that's what everybody's used to, because you're trying to do all these fan servicey things but not actually write a good story.
Yeah, it's really ironic actually that he would say that.
If there isn't lore already, you build off upon what has already been established and you continue the story in a way that makes sense and respects the lore, the source material.
Right.
That is how you create new content to an existing IP.
Yeah.
So that's a stupid argument. That's so stupid. But it also doesn't really matter because, again, this already exists. So it's not advertising. It's adaptation. That's all it is. And that is going to make you so much money if done right. So, and that's what it's all about in entertainment anyways. Because none of these people actually care about it. The things that they're creating is for the people that do care about it, and they care about it because they already love it.
All the real nerds are going to save their money and spend it on good stuff that they like.
It's why 4K movie film discs are selling like crazy. That's why movie theaters are bringing back movies for anniversaries or whatever reason they can pull out of their butt, just because. The Harry Potter movie, the first 4 Harry Potter movies are coming back to theaters in February. And I probably will see most of them if I can.
Yeah.
But that's going to be the best thing we see this year, which is not saying a lot, 'cause I love Harry Potter. I really do. But they're not great movies at all by any means.
Yeah.
They're pretty bad, actually.
They're more not nostalgic might be the wrong word, because I didn't really grow up with it, but there's something that's like,
they're charming. They're charming.
Yeah.
And they try to respect the material, and the source material is really, really good. Very well written. I love the books. They're some of my favorite books, actually. I can say that. But the movies, not so much. Have you actually read the books?
No.
You have to, Nick. Like, don't listen to the audiobooks, because the audiobooks are great. There's the Jim Dale ones, which are really good. He does more of kind of a like he creates different characters for the different voices and everything. And he's very dramatic in his retelling. Then there's Stephen Fry, who might know. Stephen Fry is an actor. He was what's his face in Sherlock Holmes. He's in a ton of stuff, but he narrated them later, and he did a very much more Shakespearean way of reading them, and he did them very well too. So there's 2 really good audiobook renditions, and then this year they're coming out with the full cast and score version of them, which I'm very excited about. So, but yeah, it's a really easy way. You can listen while you're working or driving or whatever, but you gotta read those books. They're so good. They're very, very well written. So,
all right, I'll look at them up.
Yeah. Get like a year subscription Audible, and then you got all those. You get 15 credits for the year, and then 8 of those or 7 of those can be the books.
Yeah, I think I have like 5. I had Audible for a while, and then I canceled it. I think I have like 5 credits or something outstanding right now.
There you go. You also could get Libby. It's a free app, but it's like a library, so you have to wait to check them out, and you only get them for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if the new ones coming out will be on there or not, but who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know how we got there, but anyways, in an interview with Rolling Stone last year, Mangold suggests he wouldn't join the MCU mainly because it's so weighed down by lore and canon these days. What? No, it's actually not.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not.
Didn't you know that She-Hulk and Daredevil is lore? They're a thing. It's a lore.
It is taking stupid storylines and characters from the all new, all different Marvel, which is basically it's just woke Marvel comics. I don't even consider it Marvel. Like it's just they created all of that because of the MCU and because of modern, like there is no love for it. It's just really bad. But anyways, so you're basically taking the general storylines from the crap Marvel that's really just a really watered down Marvel comics. Anyways, it's just an excuse to be like, it's Marvel comics, but it's not really real comics, you know?
Yeah.
But they're just taking those characters to say, okay, these are from the comics, but we created these characters so that we can put them into the MCU. Anyways, so yeah, that's ridiculous. Not even Robert Downey Jr. is going to save the MCU at this point. And he'll probably be the end credit scene for Fantastic Four. But it's just like, you're never going to reach that level that you had before. And that's what this Doomsday movie is all. It's a second attempt at Endgame, you know, or Infinity War. And it's never going to reach that level again. So no, it's actually it's the Kamala Harris line, be unburdened by what has been. That's what the MCU is now. So
yes,
the MCU is unburdened.
We will miss her wise words.
Yes. So anyways, that's a lie. It's weird that I've even worked in the world of IP entertainment because I don't like multiverse universe building. Nobody does. So I guess we can agree on that. It's the enemy of storytelling. I agree. The death of storytelling. I agree. It's more interesting to people the way the Legos connect and the way the story works in front of us. I disagree with that.
It's more interesting. I don't get that sentence, but it's more interesting to people.
The way that it all connects. So basically the multiverse in terms of how this all connects to each other, but it doesn't actually play out well in terms of a story, you know. I agree with that. It's just, I think your assessment of what people actually want is wrong.
Yeah.
So, for me, the goals becomes always what is unique about this film and these characters, not making you think about some other movie or some Easter egg or something else, which is all an intellectual act, not an emotional act. You want the movie to work at an emotional level. It does not have a release date. It never will. Okay. You know, this could be pretty good. So, you know, if he actually wants to tell a good story and not like in the sense that he's saying this because he doesn't want to worry about all this Easter egg crap. Okay. Sure. I respect that. But I also hope you do try to make it Star Wars and not whatever you want it to be.
In a way, if he's trying to avoid lore, maybe he won't butcher anything, any characters or plot points. So it could be, okay, yeah, this doesn't really have anything to do with the Star Wars world, but maybe it's still good because you didn't ruin anything.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking just at the movies, yes, I get it. You're not really, there's really nothing to hint at for Phantom Menace. And I like where he's going with the idea that, you know, the whole end credit scene, the movie is made for the end credit scene. That is the MCU at this point. It's just tease the next thing, which is going to literally just tease the next thing. And it's just a tease. It's a big tease. So in that sense, okay, I hope I understand what you're saying and I agree with you, but I still think you're wrong in terms of, you know, respecting lore, because there is lore for it. But just, and I hope it's not shoving identity politics in either, because then we just get Acolyte 2.0 and it doesn't really matter. Like, okay, sure, it doesn't destroy the Star Wars universe as much as Acolyte does, maybe, but it's still just crap.
Right.
So I don't know. It could go either way. It really could. But at the end of the day, it's probably not going to be made. So it doesn't really matter, probably.
Yeah. This is all pointless.
It's all pointless. All right. It's really just one big news week here because there's not a lot coming out. But yeah, so we got some Elon drama going on. Do you know who Asmongold is, Nick? He's a big
heard the name,
YouTuber.
I don't follow him or listen to him, but
he's actually really based. I like him a lot. He doesn't always out forth say his, you know, where he aligns with, but he's pretty honest about his opinions, and he says what he says. He has some weird takes. He had a weird take about the whole Hamas thing or Palestine thing, but he usually has pretty good takes, and he's a good gamer. He's a really good gamer. Elon Musk, on the other hand, who we talked about this before too. Elon has claimed that he is in the top 20 Diablo players in the world.
Uh-huh.
Basically, he has okay, we all know Elon's a busy guy. He runs Tesla, he runs SpaceX. We see him running all these things. He's
Doge.
now taking on Doge. He's been with President Trump a lot. He's got a lot on his plate. He is also saying that he is a pro gamer, specifically with Path of Exile 2. So Path of Exile 2 is in early access. It just released in December. This is a fresh game. Okay. This is a hard game. It makes Diablo look really easy. And to be fair, Diablo it is pretty easy. But this is a hard game. And to be in the top 10% of game, or 10% of PoE game, or PO2 players, is really difficult if you are as busy as Elon Musk. You have to be playing for 50 hours straight to get to this point. So he's claiming he's a level 97. There is a lot of work that goes into it. Essentially, and we'll get into it here in a bit, but he's making all these claims that he's really good, and then we actually see his streams, and he actually doesn't know what he's talking about at all. He's doing things that a beginner like me would probably be doing, like things that like a person in the top 10% of players would not be doing. He's calling things incorrectly. He's just doing things really poorly. He's not picking up really rare loot, all these different things. Basically, Asmongold calls him out on it and is like, yeah, you're lying. You're not playing this game. You are hiring people to play it for you and then claiming that you play, which is totally fine, but just admit the truth. You know, people appreciate genuineness.
Right.
And if you suck at video games like I do, and you admit that, but you're still having fun and you're playing it like you want to play it, people respect that and they enjoy it and they're going to have fun with
connect.
You. Yeah, exactly. But if you lie about being good at video games, dude, seriously, like who cares? First of all, like the best players in video games still get critiqued like, oh, you did everything wrong, blah, blah, blah. Just video games are meant to be fun, just having fun. You know, you don't need to be the best gamer in the world, Elon. Anyways, so Asmongold calls him out on it, and then they cause some beef between the two. So we'll get into it here. So in a move that does little to actually bolster the credibility of his claim, Elon Musk has responded to Twitch streamer Asmongold's recent call out of his supposed Path of Exile 2 mastery, not with proof of his actual in-game skills, but with insults, verifiably false ones at that, against his challenger's character. So,
oh man,
so Elon's clapping back, and it's just making him look really bad.
Not a good look. Yeah.
Not a good look at all. As previously reported, Musk's competency with Grinding Gears game's upcoming sequel was first called into question on January 7th, when during a live stream of his gameplay hosted on X, veteran players noticed several discrepancies between his complete misunderstanding of the game's mechanics, which you would very well know if you were playing constantly, that you would have to reach what he claims his level is. And if he really is doing this, by the way, he's not running Tesla or SpaceX or Doge. He can't. He just there's no time for him to do all this. It's impossible. It's physically
impossible. He is a robot. I mean,
unless he's a robot. And he's going on Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan's like, "Oh, you are like a really good gamer." He's like, "Yeah, I totally am a really good gamer." It's like, dude,
it's like, what? You're good at so many things. You are probably, arguably, one of the smartest people in the world.
100%.
Why do you need?
Why do you have to be the best gamer too? Like, it's serious, dude. Just chill. So, veteran players know several discrepancies between his complete misunderstanding of the game's mechanics and his account's position as one of the highest ranks in the world. I'm gonna stop sharing so that I can share this correctly. So there's sound. Okay, there we go. All right, and show on stream. Okay. And of course, there's an ad. There's no volume. Okay, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Oh, here we go. This is the video. Okay. So, per a recap of the situation provided by streamer Quinn TV, which itself notably helped bring the situation to wider attention, Elon Musk's character is currently level 97, aka rank 12 on hardcore, which means permanent death. Once you die, you start over. And you lose all of that. So it's really, really difficult. Trade League, the in-game term for the seasonal league that allows for co-op play. 2 weeks into the league, when people are playing the game, literally they're staying up 40 to 50 hours without sleeping.
Sheesh.
Only playing Path of Exile, and they are the most try-hard guys in the world. Highest rank player on the hardcore Trade League was level 93, and he's claiming level 97.
You didn't even like make it close, like 90 or something.
Yeah, 97 actually. It's not 100, but it's close.
I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point, I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
You're actually like a world-class, incredible video.
So we won't play all
character
of this, but
is current
because
we'll kind of play
is
some of this here.
There's just no way, unless he's paying people to do it for him, which obviously he's not.
Is he though?
So let's start off with some context.
He might be.
Elon Musk's character is currently level 97, aka rank 12 on hardcore.
So we talked about that.
It is to get to that level. 2 weeks into the league, when people are
So we just talked
in the
about
world.
that. And this guy, apparently, this guy who was the highest rank. Exit. Dang it. He lost all his progress because he went to bed finally, and a random ghoul killed his character.
Oh gosh.
Which sucks.
The highest ranked player on the hardcore trade league was level 93. It's
So it's
exponentially harder to gain experience.
It gets harder the more you play to level up. It gets really, really difficult, which means you have to play more.
A lot harder and a lot harder. Okay, so these players, to get to 97, have to be playing the game every day for the majority of their day. Currently, what is their highest ranked player? They're level 97, same as Elon Musk. So, I mean, he effectively has been playing, pretty much just doing nothing except playing Path of Exile. So let's just go over some of the things that happened. So right away, we see Elon zone into his hideout, which is your area you do in-game content from. And he opens up his bank, and he goes to a tab called Elon's Maps.
So here's your first.
Which immediately is a little bit of a red flag because I don't know why you would refer to yourself in third person, but okay, he does that. Elon Musk didn't play Path of Exile 1. In Path of Exile 2, maps are actually called waystones.
So in Elden Ring, for instance, and this is something Asmongold's brought up, in Elden Ring, souls are called runes. So you wouldn't refer to them as souls if you've never played Dark Souls. You would call them runes. Or bonfires in Dark Souls now are called sites of grace in Elden Ring. So like a player like me who had never played Dark Souls, I just called them the basic things the things that they were called in Elden Ring, because I don't know Dark Souls yet. I wouldn't have called them bonfires or souls. Elon never played Path of Exile 1, so he's calling a waystone a map, which is only called a map in Path of Exile 1. So there's your first red flag there.
And he never actually refers to them as maps. He calls them...
Play another round here. This is a hard level. Waystone.
So it's just kind of weird that he's, again, called his tab Elon's Maps. So almost like someone who's a Path of Exile 1 veteran, is kind of making that tab and be like, Elon, there's a tab there called Elon's Maps. Grab your map out there. I've rolled them all for you. They're nice and easy. He then proceeds to walk up to his map device and go to put a map in. The literal first thing you learn upon getting to the end game is how to operate this map device. You're going to start off at a node, and then from that node, you can go to adjacent connected maps. Now, Elon, he's trying to click.
Oh, he's trying to do the map that's not in the chain.
He's just clicking a map repeatedly, trying to access it. He was not eligible to enter that map.
I just want you guys to understand.
So he's just clicking things. He's just like,
Oh man.
something you would do if you've never played the game.
Sure. I would do
This
that.
is one of the highest level
Yeah,
hardcore
I would do that
characters in
too.
the game. He would have played thousands of maps at this point.
Anyone who's level 97 is and we're talking one of the most efficient players in the game. Period. There is no way you would do that. You why just like sitting there like some sort of geriatric old man clicking this note, expecting something
He's
to
pulling
happen,
a Joe
and he
Biden.
finally kind of gives up after a while, and then realizes
it's Joe
a
Biden
mistake.
gaming
We
here.
then get a look at his inventory. So Elon Musk is stuck going into the map and with full bags. If you're an efficient player, you're going to clear a map. You're going to
Even I know that. Like, and when I was playing Diablo, and even he should know that because he played Diablo. You get rid of the crap you don't need for your character, and you keep the stuff that you do need that applies to you. That's just like basic video game inventory. You sell off what you don't need.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
going to loot the valuable items. You're going to go in and you're going to take those items and you're going to basically look through the good ones, keep the good ones, list them up for sale, and then truck away the trash ones.
Right.
It's almost like he has no understanding as to like what what items are or what you're even supposed to do with them. So now Elon zones into the map.
So what I'm doing here is just boosting my shield before battle via meditation. Meditation before battle is always good.
And he starts killing monsters. He starts obliterating monsters with his character. But what becomes obviously apparent.
So there's things called chaos orbs,
Huh.
which are very rare, and he decides he doesn't need it.
It's too good for him.
He just doesn't know anything about that. So,
Chaos Orb, no
His
loot
loot
filter.
filter is like, no, he's just running past chaos orbs. He just ran past the chaos orb.
Chaos Orbs are one of the most important currencies, and they're also really rare. I have about 140 Exalts. I have like 9 Chaos Orbs, just so you guys understand.
So in Path of Exile, the devs are these evil guys, and they talk about feeling the weight, and they effectively just drop tons and tons of items, and you have to know what to pick up. So what GGG have done, the people who make the game, they've made this system called loot filters, which gets rid of 90 to 95, even in some cases, like we're talking 98% of all loot that drops, because otherwise your screen is just cluttered.
Right.
And you won't even notice when you get a good drop. It's unfathomable for someone to be in the top.
by the way, I'm playing this game
Jeez.
when it comes out, actual release. I'm super duper excited.
Have you played the first one?
Nope. I haven't played the first one. I don't even know if I was gonna try to before the second one comes out. So it's in early access right now, which means you have to pay for it. But once it's out officially, it's free.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
so the first one is free. It's been out for a long time. I think it was like 2013 or something like that. So I should play it, but I don't think I'm gonna have time really. Who knows?
Top ranks without loot filter. Yet Elon Musk, the god gamer, he doesn't play with a loot filter. The only thing Elon does pick up are maps, because the default in-game loot filter highlights those. Those things are worthless. The actual items of value that he should be picking up, that he would have had to pick up in order to get the gear, leave it on the ground.
That's
Anyone
questionable.
who's been playing the game and is a complete expert, we're talking he's cleared thousands of maps. He's been playing that character for hundreds of hours. He's going to be pretty damn good at, playing the character. He gets to the boss, he's fighting the boss, and I want to say for about 10 seconds, he sits there and he's out of mana. Mana is a resource in this game where you need it in order to use your abilities. He just sits there, default attacking the boss without activating his mana flask. Anyone who's played the game and
That's just simple gaming right there. Like he played Elden Ring and Diablo. He should know these things. Like that's so simple.
I mean, he played Elden Ring and Diablo. Who knows?
Well, he did actually play. We did see him play, and his build was pretty bad. But you
boy.
cannot use your abilities without mana. That is like simple mechanics.
Yeah.
understands the character would understand, like, oh, I'm not doing any damage because I'm out of mana. Elon Musk takes 10 seconds. He then goes on to loot items off the ground. He starts dragging them into his bag. Like, I don't even know how to describe to you
That is
how
really
painful that
painful.
is to anyone who actually plays the game. And his bags are full, and he just keeps clicking it over and over and over again. Nobody, not even people who are kind of noobs at the game, do this. I don't even think Elon Musk has done the campaign, honestly. Like, just based on what I'm seeing.
Which
in
is like the
gameplay.
first
His-
thing you would do when you play,
Huh.
when you start up a game, an RPG, is you play the campaign. That is
Sure.
wild.
Settings on the map transparency are turned on by default. His life values are turned on. All these basic settings that anyone in the top 100 would do, he is not doing. Maps can effectively have different content on them, and that content will be signified by icons on the map. Elon things on it.
There are 4 things there. So this one has a real risk of dying.
4 things. What are those things?
God, dude. 4 things. It's 4 things, dude.
So this one
You
has
are
a real risk of
not
dying.
this far in the
that's
game
so
and calling it
cringe.
4 things.
I know it is.
Stop, bro. Dude, stop. Oh
At
my
least
God,
learn the
you
nomenclature
literally
before
can't.
you,
Yeah.
you
He then
fake
goes on to
something.
say,
like
"Oh,
this.
could you
Gosh, this is painful.
This is max difficulty on hardcore. If there's a way to get higher difficulty, I don't know what it is, but this is everything maxed out.
Path of Exile has boss fights and end-game bosses, which are quote-unquote difficult battles, which Elon actually did do in one of his streams, where he just went into the end-game boss and died repeatedly to it.
So apparently you have to stay in that circle.
Huh.
Maps are just
And
farming.
he's not staying
you go
in the
into maps
circle.
and you farm them for loot and experience. They're not the most difficult battles, and I don't know if he's trying to deceive people watching a stream into thinking that he's doing some insanely hard thing whenever he's literally doing
He's
something
staying
you do
right in the
to effectively
path.
grind or
Oh
farm.
my
And if
gosh.
you thought this was bad, I did not even get to the worst part. In Path of Exile, gear has requirements to equip it. But that has nothing to do necessarily with how good it is. For example, one of the most powerful and best items in the game is a level 1 required to equip staff, which is maybe, I think, even the most meta build in the game right now. It's super broken, insane damage. And Elon Musk starts going over his gear.
This is a great staff, but it's only a level, 62 staff.
His weapon is, I kid you not, one of the best, if not the best staffs on the entire hardcore trade league. You cannot even buy it. Insane weapon.
He's gonna
These
get rid of it.
affixes are, I'd hate to say perfect, but they might be perfect.
Just the PvPS criteria on trade. We can see
he's
there's
trading
literally
it.
one staff in existence on the entire market. Not only does Elon have a staff that you can't even buy, but it's so good that second best one, which is missing 2 of what makes a staff so powerful for an invoker, which is the crit and crit bonus, is still 20 divines, and that's obviously very expensive.
Here I am, level 95, but my staff is only level 62. my helmet is level 56.
Int, lightning, and chaos resist. Okay. It's only 56.
Amulet level 61. Ring is only level 48, 49. At least a level 75 jacket.
It's a jacket with 6 things.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that. He thinks that it has to be the same level as him to be good. He's not understanding what they actually do.
Interesting.
Also, welcome the Flash.
Well, thank you. I
Hello.
appreciate it. If you hear dogs yelling in the background, that's my downstairs neighbor. So,
We got-
well, barking. Yes, sorry.
Well, you didn't confirm. You just...
You're
Yeah.
right.
We're talking about the Elon Asmongold drama beef.
I tangentially am aware of what's going on.
We're
It's
just
just
going
like we love you in other areas of
we
life,
love you. You're very special.
but you're making a fool of yourself.
My heart goes out to you because we got to cancel him for that now too.
Right. Well, okay. This is pretty embarrassing though. So
Yeah, tell us how bad the item that only drops from the highest difficulty of the hardest boss. Just tell us that it's only level 52. Did you find this at level 52? That's impressive.
Level 52 here.
They can only ever be level 52. Bro, Elon Musk.
yeah, he's just not. He's just it's like stuff you would understand if you were playing this for thousands of hours.
is a fucking fraud, bro.
Pretty low level compared to my character level, but it seems to work pretty well. In softcore, you can get much better equipment.
In order for him to have insane gear, he has to understand how the economy works. He has to be basically trading.
Anyone who's played Path of Exile to the end
So
game,
we'll skip
so
through
some
some of
people listed
those,
for
but-
18 divines, and where did it
So
go?
what?
Is it possible you've entered
being
it?
good at Path of Exile?
That's kind of what's happening. It's not confirmed, but it's pretty evident that's what's happening. Anyways, basically, so that's kind of a little bit of the context there. Asmongold calls him out for it. Yeah, Elon Musk is lying about being good about video games. So we're just kind of skip through some of this stuff. So it caught the attention of Asmongold after watching it. he's basically said. So the question is, did Elon Musk play the account to level 97? The answer is very simple, no. And it's pretty obvious. Like it is, knowing what we know about Elon and his schedule, it is physically impossible for him to do this. Otherwise, he's not actually doing his job in real life. He's just playing Path of Exile. But if that was the case, he's really lucky then, I guess, because he clearly doesn't know anything about the game mechanics. So unequivocally, without a doubt, if Elon Musk can prove that he played this account, I will stream on X starting this day that he proves it for an entire year straight. He further questioned, I don't know why Elon Musk did this. Is it an ego thing? But I don't think that's the right decision to make. And I think it was stupid for him to do it. Just like calling him out. It's not really making fun of him. It's just be like, dude, why did you do this? It's silly.
Yeah.
So he did a whole video. I recommend you watch it. It's pretty good. But he also did call him out and say Diablo is not that hard. You know that, right? So even if he's the best player, one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, but still. I think that's a little bit of a parting shot. Who cares if it's not that difficult? You're still one of the top players in the world.
But it's kind of begging the question, though: is he actually playing it? Did he even play that too? You know,
fair enough.
He is a fan of Elon Musk, but he's still like just calling him out. So basically, Elon, they had a conversation. He leaked the DMs. And I'll scroll out here. So this is Asmongold. I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it. He said, Elon said, sure. Who are these mysterious editors? He just said, oh, these are my guys. They run my YouTube account. Normal stuff for a YouTube account as big as him, of course. Yeah, they collaborate on the content, and then his editors run the account. That makes total sense. Elon says, interesting. And then he tweets out, Asmon behaves like a maverick, independent, but in reality, he has to ask his boss, his editors, for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. I love community notes, though. It's so funny. Elon, like, he created this, and it kind of backstabs him. Yeah. Asmongold does not have bosses. He employs content editors to package and redistribute content from his live streams. On other platforms such as YouTube, the editors mentioned the DMs leaked in Elon's follow-up comments are his employees. Seems to think Asmongold is an employee. That's incorrect. Asmongold editors are his employees. They edit, upload his content. They don't control what he does. So anyways, he basically then says, I'm on hundreds of streams on YouTube, playing live with the world's best players. I don't know about that. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary and making fun of people, he is not good at video games. And then community notes, Asmongold has achievements in WoW, such as rank 12, Arms Warrior, rank 47, and many more. Meanwhile, the accuser here is proven to fake his achievement in Path of Exile too. It doesn't show here, but then Asmongold responded. He said, I don't care if you leak my DMs, but this is uncalled for, calling me not a good video games. You do got to appreciate Asmongold's attitude here, because despite Elon throwing a pity party here, he's just having fun with this, even though he called him out for it. Elon literally took his check mark away on Twitter because of this beef.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty pathetic behavior from Elon. And it's just like, dude, like, you don't have to be the best gamer in the world. So, like, chill out. You're like the best at everything else. Why do you have to be the best gamer? Like, just be genuine and have fun playing games.
I don't want to be canceled for this, but we do all realize he's got a touch of the tism.
Oh, he's got the tism for sure. Yeah. So that's why he did the whole Heil. He didn't actually Heil Hitler, guys.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
No, yeah, it's like it's just kind of like it's a really bad.
It's nerd fighting.
It's a really bad look, though, from Elon to do this.
Yes, but he's
especially
nerd.
Being in his position
Think
the United
about Big
States
Bang
government.
Theory. There's not a lot that's accurate in that show. But nerds fight about stupid shit.
But it's kind of it's not like it's just like ridiculous kind of, like for him to act this way. It's very disingenuous and he's just lying about. It's like,
Yeah, I don't disagree.
just have
with you.
fun. Just have fun. Like even if you said, "Oh yeah, I'm busy running the country with President Trump. Sorry, I couldn't play video games lately." That's a pretty good answer to reason you're not like that leveled up in the game. Who cares?
Yeah.
But it's embarrassing to say the least.
Yeah, and just like why? Like why do you feel the need to have to do this?
Yeah, it's very petty behavior. But I like Elon nonetheless. This is just stupid drama. But I like Asmongold even more because of the way he's reacted to this. It's pretty great. So just fun stuff coming out of this. It's just hilarious to see all the things that Elon is doing wrong in Path of Exile too. Anyways, let's move on. Trump saves Hollywood. I'm gonna stop sharing and share this again. You may have heard, but I've said this already in the stream, but we have a new president, and he's appointed special ambassadors to Hollywood. Some base guys too. We got Sylvester Stallone. We got Mel Gibson, who we mentioned earlier. Jon Voight. Some pretty awesome guys, pretty great actors. They made some great stuff. I think we can definitively say that Sylvester Stallone was the best action star of the 80s, not freaking Arnold. We love T2, and we love Terminator as well. And we do love Jingle All the Way, but that's about it. But Sylvester Stallone. So President-elect Donald Trump president now, Donald Trump, is hoping to make Hollywood stronger than ever before by naming Sly, Mel Gibson, and Jon Voight as special ambassadors whose goal will be to bring back business lost to foreign countries, essentially all the money lost in Hollywood. It is my honor to announce these guys to be special ambassadors to a great but very troubled place, Hollywood, California, Trump wrote on Truth Social. They will serve as special envoys to me for the purpose of bringing Hollywood, which has lost much business over the last 4 years, to foreign countries, back bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. These are very talented people, I've been told. Will be my eyes and ears, and I will get done what they suggest. It will again be like the United States of America itself, the golden age of Hollywood. I love this whole idea of the golden age. It's brilliant. And it's just, it's exciting. So basically they will be his eyes and ears. They will, tell things to him, suggestions, all that, and he will get stuff done. Now, is this too much? Is this kind of getting involved in things the government shouldn't be involved? I don't really know what exactly what this implies or what kind of things will come out of this. But it might be a wake-up call, if anything, to Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he just announced that they would be his eyes and ears, if you're truly trying to be secretive and, I don't know, the government stepping in to take freedoms, you're not probably gonna announce it everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and what does it make these guys technically? Are they government employees now? Like I'm a little confused on the specifics of this, what it actually means. But I hope it means some good things. Put Tom Cruise in there too, though. That's my only suggestion here. Because Tom Cruise is already saving Hollywood.
That man can run really, really, really fast.
Really fast. He does it the best. Nobody does it better than him. I got the tweet at the same time as all of you. It was just a surprise. Nevertheless, I heed the call. My duty as a citizen is to give any help and insight I can. Gibson said in a statement to Variety, any chance the position comes with an ambassador's residence? That's kind of sad considering he did just lose his home. Trump's announcement comes 4 days before his inauguration in D.C. as wildfires have blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we did talk about that a little bit. Stallone, Gibson, and Voight have been vocal Trump supporters in recent years. Stallone introduced the president-elect at Mar-a-Lago in November, calling him the second George Washington, which was pretty cool. Gibson voiced his support for Trump and slammed Harris ahead of the election, and Voight spoke in depth of his admiration of Trump over the last year. After being blacklisted from Hollywood for years after anti-Semitic comments, he does say some pretty crazy things, but he's awesome. Gibson returned directing the Oscar-winning film Hacksaw Ridge in 2016. Has an upcoming film called Flight Risk, which I didn't think looked great, but I'm gonna see it now just because it's Mel Gibson.
That's one of those movies you're like, how much of a story can you really have?
Yeah,
in that setting, but all right.
Who knows? It all depends on the writing, though. You know, it really like think of like Reservoir Dogs. If you've ever seen that, the entire movie takes place basically in a garage, and it's really, really good. It's really good. So it can be done if done well. Stallone has recently starred in Tulsa King, which I've heard good things about, and co-wrote the upcoming Jason Statham movie Working Man, which I actually do really want to see. I love Jason Statham's movies. They're all so like simple titles.
Except for Beekeeper.
Except for the Beekeeper. But it's always the blank, the something, you know.
Beekeeper bad?
It was rough, to say the least. There were some rough parts of it. There was this feminist cop who was not great. But it was entertaining enough, I guess.
The Meg.
The Meg, yeah. Like all his movies are something, you know. Isn't the Commuter
he's
one too?
Always retired. The Transporter is what you're thinking.
The Transporter, yeah. He's always retired. Yes.
I'll never get back in that life.
Yeah. The Expendables.
Unless
Expendables.
you kidnap my daughter or my cousin or this, that, and the other thing. Okay,
right.
I'm back in.
And then Voight recently appeared in Megalopolis, which I really haven't heard much about, and the biopic Reagan, which I do want to see. Trump did say people have to refer to them as Mr. Ambassador, which I thought was pretty cool. Yes. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know what it means, but it sounds cool. And, I hope that it at least, if anything, influences Hollywood's decisions with direction of writing and everything else. It also could, help people who haven't been getting jobs because of identity politics start making, getting opportunities to get their stuff out there, whatever it is, acting, writing, whatever. We'll see. Time will tell. The slate this year is not good. It's not going to be anything happening this year necessarily, but within the next 4 years, hopefully we'll see some reform in Hollywood and maybe a real golden age. So we shall see. But yeah. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I guess at the very least, like, I was like, well, I don't know. There's so much to fix. Like, don't worry about Hollywood. But honestly, that's where a lot of this crap gets like taught to kids and Gen Zers and all that stuff. So it is important. But yeah, again, you don't want to overstep the bounds of American freedom of expression and speech and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
100%.
There's a Turning Point USA speaker who was supposed to speak at University of Washington tonight, and she is now barricaded in a classroom because Antifa is threatening her.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty ridiculous.
Don't these people know that that it's over? It's over for them.
You would think. No,
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. So there's a subreddit called Liberal Gun Owners, right? And it's just an oxymoron. It should be renamed to Temporary Gun Owners. But anyways, someone posted like a picture of their AR-15 with all their extra ammo and their extra mags. And they're like, "Be ready, resistance officially starts today." The comments were hysterical because everyone's like, "Yeah, I can't get that in the state that I live in. Do you think you could like help me?" And it's like, oh, the cognitive dissonance is real right now. You guys voted for this,
right?
And voted for all these strict gun laws, and now you're scared and are regretting your decision to have strict gun laws.
Yep.
Irony.
Yeah.
The irony is real.
It's like that meme where the guy shoots the guy in the background. He's like, "Who could have done this?
Who could have done this?" Yeah. Lots of good executive orders coming out. January Sixers being freed. Literally the day before his inauguration, the citizens being held hostage in the Middle East were sent back to the U.S. Praise the Lord. Lots of great things already happening. It's over, guys. I'm sorry you lost, and things are looking different now for you. So get with it. But yeah.
He just passed one tonight, or signed one tonight, that every federal office needs to shut down its DEI.
And they got to go back to work.
Go back to work.
Imagine that.
But they need to shut down their DEI departments by Wednesday at 5 p.m. That's
wow.
Tomorrow at 5 p.m. They're required to be shut down.
I love that video. Awesome. I don't know if it's from a movie or something, but the guy coming up the elevator with like a paintball gun and he just starts firing on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, all right, get out of here. You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Yeah.
What would you say you do here?
Yeah.
Good old Office Space.
Doge is already happening without even being existing yet.
Do you guys believe the rumors about Vivek being kicked out of Doge?
I haven't heard about this.
Well, because he's running for Ohio governor, but yeah, but I guess that's
really bad tweet on Christmas Day about H-1B visas.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, he basically on Christmas Day straight up said that the U.S. needs more legal immigration of H-1B visa holders because they're smarter than Americans. Essentially, is what he said.
Wow.
It's like, okay, Vivek, that was not the tone to take.
No.
Huh.
I wonder if that tweet's still up. Let me see if I can find it.
I mean, is he a level 97 on Path of Exile?
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of things happening this year, we got a couple trailers here to watch.
Two things
before we end. Daredevil Born Again. Now, there's been a lot of concern about this.
It looks good.
Trailer looks pretty good. So we'll watch it here. I hopefully don't get hit with anything, but we'll see.
Thank you for finding the time.
Interesting seeing this guy again. I wonder what the last thing we saw him in. Yeah.
I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant.
Someone pointed out, like, they pulled a clip of Fisk and Daredevil sitting across from each other on a table from the Netflix series, and then this scene, and they're like, it's been Marvelized. You can just tell by the lighting and the color palette. It's not as dark.
Disneyfied.
Yep. Okay.
It is interesting though. Besides that, like yeah, of course. But the difference here is both of them have left their true lives behind in a way. And so this could be a really cool story, seeing them kind of come back. I just don't want it to be in the last episode. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Because again, as I've complained about a gazillion times, there's only 8 episode series now. There's not 20 plus episode series. So
bring back 22 episode seasons that come out every year.
I love anime for many reasons, but one of the greatest parts of them is every season is around like 25, 26 episodes, and it's great.
When are we getting season 2 of One Piece?
This year.
Is it this year?
Oh, yeah.
This year is going to be really good for animated stuff. Well, I guess it's not really animated, but animated things. We're getting Invincible season 3. We're getting One Piece season 2. We're getting One Punch Man season 3, I think. And then we're getting, I believe, the new Demon Slayer arc. And Solo Leveling season 2, which I need to catch up on. But yeah, some good stuff in the eastern side of things, not the western side of things. Except for Invincible. I hope it's good, but
yeah, hopefully.
I just finally watched that trailer, by the way. Well, I
still haven't watched it,
but yeah,
February.
It comes out in February sometime. But they want to like do like 9 or 10 seasons altogether. I'm like, let's go, but it's gotta be longer.
Season 2 good?
Not as good as season 1, but it was still all right.
Okay, I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
Gone back.
The comics are great. I have the first volume. If anybody's ever interested in reading them, it's good.
Yeah, maybe.
All right,
Seeing
now
you
that we're
again.
sidetracked.
Yeah. He looks smaller too.
It does. Lost a little weight there.
Yeah.
A lot of time has passed.
A lot of time has passed.
You've come up.
We got the full cast back.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got the full cast back.
That's good news.
I still have to watch season 2 of this show. I've only watched the first season of this show.
I don't remember where I left off, so I need to just start over all again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start over.
It's so good.
It is some of the
by
best.
far Netflix, the best Marvel Netflix show.
Best thing ever on released on Netflix, probably. One of the best shows of all time, and definitely the best Marvel thing we've ever gotten, probably. Or it's up there at least.
Yeah.
Up in the world.
I could say the same about you.
The mayor serves his city.
Interestingly, I don't remember watching it, but Nerdroticus mentioned that this storyline, Born Again, it's a comic book event. It already happened in Daredevil season 2. So they're doing it again. So it's Daredevil Born Again, I guess.
Yeah, because I think he did stop being Daredevil at the beginning of it's been forever, but yes, I do recall when season 2 came out on Netflix, it was the Born Again storyline.
Right.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I can see you're not entirely convinced.
Can you blame me? I can't.
By the way, the music in this trailer is incredible.
Take the feeling that you're gaming the system.
Why did you stop being a vigilante?
The line was crossed.
We don't know what that is yet. So hopefully we get some backstory on that. I had sex with She-Hulk. A line was crossed.
Yes. After that walk,
after that walk of shame, I couldn't do it again. I must be born again.
Terms with a violent nature. Hating the power it has over us.
Pretty violent too. Some good stuff for
as it should be for
modern
Daredevil.
Marvel. Exactly. That score.
Can't go unchecked.
That Oregon.
Yeah.
And the ticks in the background.
Yeah. I like it. It's so good. Oh.
Yeah.
Very much unlike
Sometimes.
other Marvel stuff where it's bang.
Yeah. Or like like shooting the gun with
Yeah.
the music. Oh, I hate that trope.
Right,
It's
right.
so annoying.
Peace needs to be broken. And chaos
Your girlfriend?
must reign.
Break!
I'm glad
Ah.
we get the Punisher back.
Yep.
That's another show I haven't watched.
Oh, that was
So,
good too. Season 1 better than season 2.
I think I talked about it before, but the rumor is from a credible source that Punisher and the Hulk, the actual Hulk, the original Hulk from the good MCU, Savage Hulk, are going to be in the next Spider-Man movie. And it's going to be John Bernthal's Punisher. The question is he going to have the legit Punisher logo, or is it going to be the stupid new Marvel one that they had created in the comics? Which is going to be lame. But that sounds like a really cool concept because...
And you know why they have to do that? China.
Really?
Yeah, China doesn't allow skulls in their media.
Is that the actual reason? Have they said that? They have confirmed that?
Not confirmed, but it's the rumor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It looks retarded regardless, but...
Am I putting the hatchet down? I was
He killed him!
Is to believe in grace.
Baron Trump?
Yeah. So that's
Raised to believe in grace.
that's the White Tiger is the villain, and apparently he is an old Daredevil villain from like the 70s or something like that. So that's a good sign that they're using like, you know, good source material rather than current, you know, all new, all different crap. So that's cool.
I was also raised.
Dude, that leg break is
Yeah.
Surreal.
Yikes.
Surreal. Yeah.
Is this rated R? Or gonna be well, it's a
It's
TV
Disney
show. Right?
Plus. Yeah. I assume it's
Mature.
MA.
mature. Yeah. I love this shot too, by the way. That looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
To believe in retribution.
All right. So
have y'all seen the meme for this? It's like
no.
Matt Murdock opens
Mr.
up
Gray
his-
will see you now.
No, Matt Murdock opens up his thing. Which color should you choose today, Matt? Wait, there's different colors?
Different colors? Yeah. True.
That's true.
Yeah.
How does he know?
Screw the yellow one. So it's so dumb. Super duper gay. I say red or black. The black's pretty dope though.
Black does.
The
look
black
nice.
is really freaking cool.
The red on
What's
the
the
end.
far
is-
right? Is that red?
That's
look
the OG.
dark,
That's
yeah.
the actual one that he uses normally.
Mm.
The one the red one to the left, I think, is a more like shinier one, more matte or metallic, I guess.
Do they mean different things? Like, are they made out of different material?
It's just Easter eggs. That's all they are.
Marvel.
They're from the
Video game
comics.
Marvel.
That's it. Yeah. That's all it is.
So they can sell more toys.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it's just mumbo jumbo. You remember? I remember. I like the little tiger. That's a cool touch. Ooh!
Oh. Yikes.
That'll
boy.
That's cool touch.
nailed it.
Yeah, pretty good trailer too.
All right.
Like we've been talking about trailers too, like qualities. That's a good trailer right there. It doesn't reveal
Yeah.
too much.
That does look really good.
Hopefully that bodes well for new Marvel stuff.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I am super duper pumped for that. Actually, I really hope they don't let us down. On the opposite end of that,
You know, this will be the first time I've seen any trailer related to this movie.
Oh,
I've
really?
not even bothered watching one.
yeah, it is honestly the same trailer over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's
And
what
and
I
the line
expect.
that's always used is, "You're not you're not Steve Rogers." Yeah, you're right. I'm not. It's always used. Every single trailer it's used. All right, let's see how this one is.
You know
There it
I've
is.
been no fan of
Yeah,
heroes.
yeah,
And
yeah.
even I can't deny the good that you've done.
I still don't understand how this is gonna work. He doesn't have frickin' super soldier serum. Unless he's got like an Iron Man suit, and at this
Yeah,
point it's
he
like
doesn't have the reaction time.
it's so silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just diminishes who Captain America was.
He's gonna
Is
come
there
back.
any rumors of like Steve Rogers returning in the comics or anything?
Yes, but not in a good way.
Oh.
So we all know RDJ is coming back as Doctor Doom. The rumor is that Chris Evans is coming back
Oh
as,
yeah,
Hy-
as
as
Captain
Hydra.
No. Yeah, I'm saying
Yes.
in the comics, right? Because in the comics
Oh,
right now, Captain America
well, of course,
is
Steve Rogers always comes back. Yeah,
right.
yes, because
Yeah.
they always go back to the OG characters. It's always
Yeah.
a phase. Nobody ever stays dead. But again, he shouldn't be Captain America. Regardless, if you're gonna switch, it should be Bucky. So
I agree.
Hey, Sam. The country needs Captain America.
well, shit, that's not me. I'm so sick of. Oh, it's a black guy. We should put rap in the trailer.
Yeah.
You guys are racist.
Tonight is the first step.
Harrison Ford is also too old.
Yeah.
Towards lasting peace across
What are we doing here?
Stand by for proof of death. Your inner circle.
I wonder if this music's copyrighted. Hopefully not. But
You're not Steve Rogers, and you ain't black. Or wait, you are
ain't
black.
black. Wait a minute.
It's been
Where am
compromised. Either you can't see that or you don't want to.
Hey, talk
I
about,
do
talk
like
about.
that Giancarlo, what's his name, is the bad guy. I like him. He's a good actor. Could have been a
He's a
villain.
good actor.
But he's always the same role in every single movie.
Okay, but you can't complain about that when we just got through saying we like Jason Statham's movies because Jason Statham is always the same.
I
role
didn't
in
say his
every
movies were
movie.
good by any means. They're just like they're fun. But
Ironically, the only movie that Giancarlo plays differently is when he's in the Maze Runner series, and that's such a horrible series.
Oh, it's been forever since I've seen those movies.
look, if you have okay, Keanu Reeves got old as John Wick. Anything can get old after a while. Jack Black used to be funny, but now he's just Jack Black in everything.
I will die on this hill. Jumanji is one of the greatest remakes ever. I love the new Jumanji.
I disagree with that.
Oh, it's so fantastic. I laugh.
It does not
whole way
compete
through
with
the
the
movie.
original though. Okay. No. The original Robin Williams. Are you kidding me, Zach? Unbelievable.
I love the new one. I'm sorry.
Disrespect.
The second one sucks.
Second one's garbage. Again, any movie with Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, Kevin Hart, or who else? Gal Gadot, usually. I'm not watching that movie. That's an instant flop.
Do you know what
Gal
I saw on
Gal
Twitter
Gadot's
today?
in all the Fast and Furious, though.
apparently Danny Trejo has something in his movie contracts where if he plays a villain, he always dies at the end because he wants to make sure, or gets defeated because he wants to make sure kids watching it know that being evil never wins.
Never
like
pays.
you don't succeed if you're evil.
Or in the case of Predators, he dies at the beginning.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, let's get through this abomination.
The country is on the brink of war.
What?
I said, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I know he's not in the movie, but Abomination.
That's Abomination. Yeah.
Yes.
Complex. There's someone behind all this. Complex.
It's so freaking loud, too, by the way.
Watch yourself. You're not Steve Rogers. You're right.
There it is again.
Oh, he's
You're
got
right.
a mask. That's what's gonna help him.
He's like an Iron Man, Ant-Man, Captain America, Falcon amalgamation.
So we don't need any of the Avengers.
Well, yeah,
I'm
because
all.
I am the
he's-
Avengers.
He's the only male Avenger left. He's got to be all of the male Avengers.
Who are the Avengers anyways at this point?
Why are the Avengers?
Why are the Avengers? I have literally no idea who the Avengers are now.
Marvel fell off so hard after Endgame. It's ridiculous.
It's
We haven't
inconceivable.
brought Shang-Chi back. You haven't seen the Guardians.
Want to bring Shang-Chi back?
I'm
I was gonna say
just
you
saying.
opened up something there, Zach.
Yeah.
The Shang-Chi what was he directing? I lose track of all these things, but
But I mean, at least he's an interesting character.
Yeah. He is interesting, but like when you have other characters that are much more interesting.
he wasn't interesting in the comics, and he's still not interesting now, I think. He's Kung Fu guy.
Dang it.
I'd
Jack
rather
Black
watch
should've played
Karate
him.
Kid. I'd rather watch Karate Kid. Cobra Kai. That would rip his shoulder off along with the freaking wing. Look, that's an Ant-Man mask. What is this? Sorry, not to mention terrible, great value Falcon.
Yeah. Oh, that's the Falcon.
What a
replacement?
gross looking suit. This is stupid. They're gonna be CGI masks. They're gonna
right,
just like freaking Quantumania.
Captain America.
Shattered his legs landing there.
Caught without his wings.
Captain America doesn't have wings, sir.
You want me? Come and get me!
Splat.
America, brave new world. Make sure the suit's ready.
Tell me I don't make your old gear look brand new. Who's saying that?
It's like skinny Boba Fett here. Like Boba Fett and anorexic.
Everybody is saying that.
In theaters everywhere. February
Nobody's
4th.
saying that.
Everybody's saying it.
All right, that's gross. Get that off the screen. So we got Captain African America. We got Thunderbolts. We got Daredevil, Brave New World. We got Friendly DEI Spider-Man. We got that it? I think that's it for the year. Oh, and sorry, Fantastic Four.
All right.
Which might I have high hopes for Daredevil, obviously, but if that doesn't go well, I think about the only thing that has some potential is Fantastic Four. But even that's got Pedro Pascal and Silver Surfer.
Do we have any idea when a trailer's coming out?
I would imagine Super Bowl, probably.
Yeah, probably.
That's going to be the biggest movie Marvel's putting out this year. So
Please, Josh Allen, save us from Patrick Mahomes.
wait, I thought the Bills
Which
weren't going to
the funny-
Super. football?
The Bills
No.
play the Chiefs this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, I
they
thought the
beat
Bills
the
were out.
Ravens.
Okay.
No, they
Okay.
beat the Ravens.
Yeah, they beat the Ravens. It's
Good.
Bills,
Good, good, good.
Chiefs, and Commanders, Eagles, which I don't want either of the
Oh,
Commanders.
the
or
Lions. The
Eagles to-
Lions are out. That's what it
Yes.
was.
I
Okay.
wanted Bills, Lions.
Same.
Yeah, that could have been fun. It's interesting because we're taking a side tangent here. Obviously, Josh Allen all the way. That's number one. But as
Yeah,
a
I'm
guy,
with Bills.
I actually really like Patrick Mahomes. I just hate the Chiefs and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is based. So
Yes, but he's also a dirty player.
yeah. Well,
He's a flopper.
and then
He's LeBron James status for me.
He's
I
Elon
like-
Musk playing Path of Exile too.
and I like the storyline of Jaden Daniels, even though I don't like the Commanders.
I would be fine if Commanders fans didn't constantly compare him to Caleb Williams. They were like, "Oh, I bet the Bears are really sad they passed up on Jaden Daniels." I was like, "It's two completely different situations."
Yeah.
But no, it is fun to see a rookie succeed.
Yeah.
But no, I'm probably cheering for an Eagles-Bills Super Bowl.
Yeah, that could be fun because it's easier to root against the Eagles.
Exactly.
I don't have anything against them, but I'd
It's
rather
mostly
see
the-
them
it's mostly
than
the
others.
fans. It's
Yeah,
the
the
fans.
fans are
Their
rough.
mayor, they did like a pep rally or something like that today, and the mayor of Philadelphia tried to lead the crowd in an EAGLES Eagles, Eagles, Eagles chant, and she misspelled Eagles.
Eagles.
Let me watch that football game really quick and learn some stuff.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's like Tim Waltz saying, "We need to play pick six defense." It's like, that's not a thing, Tim. You were obviously never a football coach.
Yeah. These people are weird. They're so weird.
Mhm.
Right.
Anyways, yes. Football.
That was our
And
sports segment.
That was
Had
our
to fit
sports
that in.
segment. So yeah, not a lot to look forward to here. Captain African America is dead on arrival. It might be entertaining to see Red Hulk. You know, like finally we get a Savage Hulk again. Might be interesting. I hope he squashes Sam Wilson, and I hope Old Man Cap walks in and saves the day.
That would be fantastic. Or Bucky.
That would be or Bucky.
Again.
I don't know. They're they're making Sam Wilson look all like this badass, you know, and then they're giving Bucky a lesbian haircut and a downgrade suicide, off great value Suicide Squad and Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I haven't seen the shots of him in Thunderbolts.
it's tragic. It's tragic. Oh, how he's fallen as a character.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daredevil.
Hey, he's awesome in Marvel Rivals, so that's all that matters.
True. Yep. Marvel Rivals, the only good thing that's going for Marvel right now. Who would have thought that would have happened?
Right.
Crazy. Based, if I may say so. All the
Skins.
women in Marvel Rivals are pretty based.
The
So,
Invisible Woman skin.
yes, the Invisible Woman skin. So yeah. We'll see. March 3rd, that's when Daredevil comes out. I'm looking forward to it. But other than that, I mean, I don't know really what's coming out next couple months. I think we got Wolfman, which I actually heard was crap, that came out last weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brave New World's the next movie. That's February. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. And Mickey 17 is about the only movie I'm excited about in the near future, at least. And that's March 7th. So, yeah, not a lot coming out here. Probably going to be more news than anything. But yeah. Interesting stuff. Trump's going to save Hollywood, though.
Hopefully.
And Elon Musk, well,
Hopefully he sticks to what he actually
hopefully
can
he sticks to what he's good at. But yeah, lots of stuff going. It's only it's only January, guys, and so much has happened in the last 3 weeks. It is insane. This is going to be a crazy year, to say the least, but we're excited, and we're going to make entertainment great again in Hollywood and gaming and everything else. So let's freaking go. So yeah, anyways, thanks for tuning in. We have some videos coming out tomorrow and hopefully Friday. So go check those out. It's basically clips from the podcast. So if you're, not on board yet, go watch the clips. Maybe you'll get a good taste of the podcast. And follow me on YouTube and Twitch, Biggie Review at Biggie Reviews. Video is in the works right now, my first video, but I do have gaming content coming out. So go check out me playing Bloodborne. You can come hang out. And other than that, we will be back next week doing something. Who knows? I don't know yet what we're going to do. But you can expect Borderlands 3 play maybe once a month or so. I don't know when that's going to start, but eventually here. Other than that, Space Marine 2 with Bluey. And go check out our Discord because we are planning on doing some movie nights every once in a while. So, yeah. Get excited. And subscribe if you haven't. Thank you very much. And we will see you next time.
See you.
Peace. God bless the USA.